For today's video, I wanted to illustrate that there are critical damage perks on certain items related to armor that are currently not working, and it seems to be related to items that were purchased rather than dropped in PvE. So to illustrate this, I'm going to do a test with the OG Moneymaker here. So in PvE, the OG Moneymaker has base damage of 906.4. So if we adjust to PvP base damage, we multiply it by 7.9545455% to get a value of 72.1, which is its base damage in PvP. Now I'm going to be illustrating this with a character who is spec'd to 12 agility, 0 combat, and 8 survival. So they have 5% inherent projectile resistance, which brings the base damage of the OG Moneymaker down to 68.5. So with the perks that I have on my gear from a critical damage perspective, I have 27% on my shoulders, I have 15% on my gloves, none on my legs, and then I have 12% on my boots. So 27 plus 15 plus 12, and then I also have 9 points in agility, which brings my total crit boost up to 63%. So with the base crit multiplier being 1.5, an additional 63%, I have a crit multiplier of 2.13. So when I do the math based on a base damage of 68.5, a crit multiplier of 2.13, I'm expecting a headshot to do 145 damage with the current armor loadout that I have. So I've joined a duel with my alt character to test to see if 145 is the actual critical damage done by a headshot.
All right, let's roll.
And indeed, it is 145 damage that is done by that shot. So now I'm going to swap out my legs for something that has crit on it. It is an item that I purchased from Nitros a while ago. They're a pair of fertilizer pants, and they have 14 crit on them, which would bring my critical damage boost up from 63% of what it was before up to 77%. So now my crit multiplier will be a 2.27, and I will expect that my base damage, or my base critical damage, will move from 145 up to 155. But because that piece is broken, I'm actually expecting to see 145 damage when I actually do the shot, even though it should be 155. So here it is, 14% crit damage. And just bear with me for a minute while I wait for my alt to come online, because the game crashed on my iPad.
Bring it on.
As you can see, the damage that was done was 145, even though the additional crit of 14% should have made it 155. So this illustrates that the pants that I have are broken. Based on what I've heard from other players on Facebook, it seems to be random pieces that are broken for them, but it is limited to pieces that were purchased in shops rather than those dropped in PvE. So I hope this will help with MFG looking into this bug and being able to fix it so that we can actually get the critical damage that we expect from the pieces that we've purchased.